I remember actually speaking to my mentor one of the days, and I remember my mentor telling me that bring a person and I speak to them 5 to 10 minutes, and I can tell you that this person is going to be successful or not. And I remember I used to wonder how on earth that you can actually know that someone is going to be successful or not by just speaking to them 5 to 10 minutes. And after years of actually working with them and shadowing them, and I realized that there is always a sign behind each successful and wealthy people. And that's why I've been thinking about actually making this video today to actually share with you the 5 signs that I discovered that you may become rich one day. And just to put everything up front, if after this video, after watching this video, you realize that you don't have these 5 signs, and I want you to know that you don't have to worry, because all of the signs that I'm going to share with you today, it's all learnable and it's always able to pick up. I myself pick up 2 of the signs out of these 5 signs that I'm going to share with you today. So let's just dive into the first sign that I want to share with you is the word value. And if you have a note, I want you to write this down. I want you to write the word value. Because if you actually started to actually work with people who is successful and wealthy in their life, you actually realize that they actually know how to use the word value. There is always something in them, and that is always the word value, the biggest thing that I always see in them. Because the biggest problem is this: we were when we go through our upbringings and we go through society, we always being taught that we have to work hard for money. We have to become the person that show me the money and I show you what I can do. But for the wealthy people, that is actually the opposite. There will be the guy that say that this is what I can do. I'm going to show you what I can do. I'll do it for you, and then you pay me by my value. And this is actually the biggest twist out there, because if you can twist this thing and actually start to put value first out there to the marketplace, to the people who needs your value, and that's the turning point of actually how you do things entirely. And this is actually the first point that I want to share with you. Now, moving on to the second point, which is the word visibility. And I want everyone to write this down, because a lot of people you see out there, they have a network, they have a community. And that community is actually very, very powerful, because understand this, wealth happens by compounding. And let's say if you have a community of 1,000 people around, and you can actually put your value to that community, and if each person in that community can give you $1,000 based on your value, there is already $1 million on the table. That's why it is extremely actually important to actually build out your community, build out your network. And by the way, I'm speaking this to you coming from a person that who is actually shy from school. And I realized that communication skills and actually getting visibility is learnable. You see, visibility out there right now, because of the technology that we have, it's just a few clicks away. We can just get visibility very, very easily, depend comparing to 5 to 10 years ago. And with the technologies out there, it is very easily to actually speed up very, very quickly to actually manifest a lot of wealth and be actually succeed in what you do in life. And that's why I want to put this at the second sign, because if somebody who have a huge visibility and a huge traction online today, it's a big sign that they are going to be very, very wealthy in the future, because of that community that they have in life. And that's why it's very, very important to actually learn how to actually have your own network, your own community. And that is actually the second sign that I want to share with you. Now, moving on to the third sign, and this is actually very important for, especially for people who is into spirituality and law of attraction. The third sign is actually to be open to receive, and I want you to write them down. Now, this may sound like a little bit BS or a bit transparent. It's like, hey, I'm trying to manifest wealth and abundance. Of course, I've been open to receive, but there is one thing that you have to actually pay attention, because there is actually a difference between conscious manifesting and subconsciously manifesting. And what I'm going to share with you right now, and if you really get relate to what I'm going to share right now, it is a very high chance that you are a very good giver but not a very good receiver. You see, if you are a person who is easygoing, is already wanting to help people and give and give and give, and when someone wants to give you a hand or help you in something else, you will always reject and say that it's okay, I can do that, do this myself. And this is actually a sign that you can actually improve, because you see, energy goes ins and out. It's a flow, and same goes to wealth in life. When you help people, you have to allow people to actually help you back so that you can manifest more of that energy, more of that wealth into your life. You see, if you are trying to just help out and you are not actually open to receive the energy coming in, you are actually subconsciously blocking your own manifestation, your own wealth and abundance manifestation. And that's why this is very, very important for everyone to take note, is that to be open to receive. Now, moving on to the point number 4 is actually the financial thermostat. Now, you might ask, what does that mean? So, it works exactly the same as how your air condition in your home or your house might work. Because when you set a certain temperature in your air condition, it will set your environment to that level. Same to how wealth and abundance work. And we can see this by actually looking in your bank account. If your bank account is single digit or even 2 to 3 digit, or even it is minus right now, it is most likely is that throughout the past 1 to 3 years or even 5 years, it has been in this way. And that's actually what I meant by financial thermostat. Because it is the reason behind this is that we do not have the tools to actually learn how to manage money. Because if you think about it, we live in a society and we go through school learning about the importance of money. Foods come from a source of money. The shelter we live in is coming a source of money. But we never learn how to actually manage money or actually how to invest money. And that's why by speaking to a person to 5 to 10 minutes about how they are managing their money, how they are going to invest their money, you can actually understand whether a person, they are going to be rich or wealthy one day in the future, by actually knowing how they equip themselves or how they manage their own wealth in their own life. And that's the 4th point I want to share with everyone here today. And now moving on to the final point. Now, the final sign that I want to share with you today is the word passion driven. So you see, there is a lot of people out there today that you see that is money driven. They are always chasing and chasing and chasing to make money, to make more money, to make more wealth. And this is actually working out of a burnout. And what happened is that a lot of people like that, they are chasing and chasing, they work on burnout. But what you find interesting is that for people who is working on their passion, they don't usually feel that they work on burnout. Because if you realize, because if you actually think about it, building wealth and abundance in our life is, it's a long way, it's a journey out there, it's a non-stop going. And if you're working on a burnout every single day, if you're working on just motivating yourself and but just by chasing and chasing and chasing, it's, you are going to be unmotivated a lot of time, and you're going to be burned out and be just lay low with low energy, because you are working for something that you don't have an energy for. And by someone who actually working towards their passion, towards their dreams, you can see that even if they are building their own career or even they are building their own business, they are actually working more and more throughout the years, because they have so much passionate about, and they are building so much things inside of them, and they don't actually have that burnout. And I remember actually one mentor told me a while ago that you can either choose to work like you don't have a life, or you can live a life like you don't have to work. Because for people, if you actually realize, for people who is actually passion driven, who is actually always out there and with a lot of energy to help people to be successful in life, and they are personally already succeed in life and just helping others people to do it, you will realize that they are always passion driven. It's their whole thing. They are loving the work that they do, so that they don't actually feel like it's work. Even when people interview them, they will say that I don't feel like I'm working, I just feel like I'm living my life, because they are so passionate about the business they build, the career they build, the things they are doing. They don't actually feel like it's a work, and they don't go into burnout. And that is the last sign that I want to share with every one of you today. And once again, if you realize that you have all these five signs, and then it's obvious that you're going on the right track. And if you don't have, you don't have to worry, because this can be picked up on the way, and you can learn this, because I personally learned it for myself, and it's totally workable. And that is actually what I want to share with everyone here today. And if you actually learn something or find this video upbringing or something, feel free to give a like, or even comment in the comment box what you have learned down there, or even share this with your friends, because I'm going to share more videos in the future on what I actually learned throughout my life here, in terms of law of attraction, in terms of business, in terms of wealth, in terms of also in terms of life spirituality. And I hope you like this video here. Hope you have a nice day. See you in the next video.